I have a really pretty chilly morning, I can say that. I mean, the sun is shining, the birds are singing most likely outside, and I was trying to get an old laptop to work, and it seems I can finally fix this thing. I had an old laptop before that I used for basically most things my Chromebook couldn't do, because if you're going back a few years, the Chromebook was even more limited than it is today. I mean, today you can have everything from better web services to Android apps if you need that. But back then it wasn't really always the best system to use, so I had another kind of laptop with me, a bit bigger and chunkier, but it still worked really good. But at some point, I don't remember really what it was, but something with the software that made it crash completely, and I couldn't really do any kind of recovery. I don't know why, and I don't really like that when you buy computers that they don't really give you any good options to just recover it easily or whatever it can be. Usually they force you to do a fast recovery just as you buy it, and then when something happens, then you have to recover it. But apparently they don't do always right now a copy for you already from the very beginning. So that's kind of sad in itself, which I missed out completely on. But then again, I never really buy computers from a deal, from a retail or something like that. I just buy piece by piece and build it myself. So normally I personally would just put in the CD or today USB and just reinstall everything and save the things I really need. So earlier when I tried to fix this, I had problems with the drivers. I couldn't really get the drivers inside the PC, so things like the network card didn't work, the audio didn't really work, and nothing like that. So I pretty much gave up on it until now. Now we're gonna give this freaking computer a chance, and it seems I can fix this time. I use kind of different software now to get a hang of all the drivers, and it works much better now than back then. So it's actually a good thing right now. I can make this work, because I've been trying this computer out as much as I can from, well, as clean as it is right now, to watch YouTube, listen to music, and all these kind of things. So as a working Windows computer, it's really good. I mean, it's faster than my Chromebook. I can open up HD videos without any problem, no hassles. Everything loads much faster. And, well, basic things I wanted to do, even for the most basic, simple uses. So what I'm trying to do now is that basically I'm trying to update Windows completely. And I forgot how long time this takes to do. I've been sitting here this whole morning, eating my breakfast, updating this system best as I can, but it takes forever. I should download that manually instead from Microsoft themselves straight. I'm regretting this right now. So I mean, I've been sitting here waiting for all this to update. I mean, I only have 19 out of 180 installed. This takes forever, and I'm not even close to being finished yet. So except for the computer, there was one more thing I found in that box at the same time. Because this box contained a lot of cables, apparently the computer, and also a tiny small memory card. Yeah, I have a micro SD right here. I think this one is empty. I'm not really sure if it's empty or not. But I think it is. So I decided that I'm really gonna start taking out my Raspberry Pi. This is the version B. Sorry if I don't have all the, correct version numbers or whatever it can be. But this is version B, not the B plus or anything. This is the older model than that. Normally this one, I really like this one because I use it for kind of small, all kind of small things. Mainly put some mini games on it and stuff like that. Works wonders when you're playing on the TV. It's really a fun machine to play with. So maybe I'm just gonna shift out the memory card right here and just adding, I thought about Raspberry Pi and see if I can do something with it and just play around with it a bit. I mean, why not? Test the limits a bit, test the limit and see what I can do with it. It can be a kind of fun, small project to play around with. Otherwise, yeah, that can be something to do while I'm waiting for the other one to work. Okay, so now I really remember how hard it was to get the computer to work. It's something to do with the RAID. I can't really get the RAID working, and I can't really access through the BIOS either. So now I really get a hard reminder why that crappy ass computer was thrown in the box. I didn't remember this, and I got a cold hard reminder of it. And it's really annoying. I really want to get that computer to work. Otherwise it works fine, but I can't really do anything with the computer right now if I don't get the RAID to work. Because basically the Windows is on a fast 32GB hard disk drive. But the idea was when you buy it, it has a hybrid, which basically means that you need to use RAID to combine them with the bigger, 320GB hard disk drive or something like that, to make them work with each other. Because otherwise the other disk is so slow it doesn't really go to do anything with it. So I need to find a solution around this. Maybe, just maybe, I will install a Linux system of some sort. I'm gonna try a few more times on Windows, see if I can get it fixed. Otherwise, this is gonna be so boring, because now I feel good that I have something a bit faster to work with. And it's just that I can't really get Windows to work that good. But what can I do when I just can't seem to fix it? So I think I need to reinstall Windows and redo everything and see what I can do. Because right now I have a hard time getting time to redo that RAID configuration I did. So, but I'm gonna take that just after I'm finished eating today. So today gonna be something simple. I'm just gonna make soup, vegetable soup that is. So yeah, gonna start with that instead and just calm my mind a bit, because this is not funny at all. So I've been sitting here trying to make this computer just work, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell to get this machine to work as I want it to be, or at least so close to the original it can be. It's just, nothing want to work on this thing. I've been trying to make the hybrid work, the Samsung disk to work together with the Hitachi HDD disk, whatever, but they don't want to work together. You must use Intel RAID on this thing to make it possible, because you have it installed. You have it installed here, but you can't make it work. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm completely new to this Intel RAID technology. I mean, I've been touching that before, but not so much of it. I know somewhat what I should do to make it possible. The problem comes in that, first off, you can't access the menu. I'm not talking about access it from Windows. I actually talk when you boot up the computer. I can't access it for some strange reason. I try to go inside the BIOS, try to change small things. You don't have anything connecting these two together. You can't change any kind of disk options or nothing like that in this BIOS for some strange reason. I don't know why they didn't give that options even. So the only thing I could do was basically just hopefully make it work through Windows. No, of course not. That didn't even work. So I have a few options. Either I use a very fast Windows, but with extremely limited hard disk space. I mean, 30 gig is not that much options. So I can't download updates. I can't have many programs on it. So basically what I'm doing, I create a Chromebook from it. That's why I just have a web browser, nothing more than that. Okay, so that's one option. The second option is that I used to install Windows on the slow hard disk drive. But then again, then I have a slow computer. And I don't want to be sitting in front of a slow computer doing these kind of things. That's just terrible. Especially because if you're growing up with a very slow hard disk drive and Windows, you know how slow it can be, and that's not a really option I want here right now. What more options do I have then? Well, I could install any kind of Linux distributions. And I'll try that. I tried to install Ubuntu, I tried to install Linux Mint, but no. Same problem. For some reason I can't use the Samsung SSD disk at all. It doesn't really work. Or if it's the SSD, I'm not gonna say it's too certain inside SSD. But no, it doesn't want to work. And I don't know why they've done that, but I can only use the slow Hitachi disk. So okay, scratch that. So I have one more option then I wanted to do, and in fact that's what I'm gonna do with it. I don't really care any fucking more. And when I did that, I realized one other thing. So what I did was basically that I took this USB drive and I put in Chrome on this thing, Chrome OS, or in this case, cloud-ready Chromium OS. Basically, I want to turn this computer into a Chromebook, because I've been living with a Chromebook so far and it works for the things I use it for. The problem is that I must install it on the slow hard drive. So what I'm losing here is speed when I'm booting up the computer, which is fine. But then, and listen to this, When I reboot the computer, I get access to the fucking RAID menu. I don't even know how that's possible, because all of a sudden I can do that, but I can't link them together for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't allow me to do anything with the hard disks at all. I can't create a new one and I can't do anything. Even if these two are completely empty, I can't touch them for some strange reason. It just doesn't work. I mean, no matter what you're trying to do, and it's just so weird, is that I can't even add Vaio apps on this thing. Yes, the own software this computer comes with, you can't even add things on it in Windows. Because it says it's not this kind of model, whatever. It's just like frustrating as hell to get this thing to work. So, you mean, screw it. You giving the computer the finger and installing Chrome OS on this thing. Because I'm finished with this. I'm completely finished with this. You know, I have better things to do. I mean, I must fix my fridge anyway. Who fucking cares?